1960s series was just completed, and I love the 1960s. But in the 1960s, people were beginning to say that baseball is too boring. Too much pitching, pitchers have too much advantage. And football was beginning to replace baseball as America's most popular sport. Enter the 1970 All-Star Game in baseball in Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. Pete Rose is at second base, Billy Barkowitz is at first base, and Angels pitcher Clyde White is on the mound. He throws a pitch to Jim Hickman, who lines the ball to center field. Amos Otis came in on the ball. The play was going to be at the plate. You could see that coming. Rose was barreling around third, like nothing was going to stop him. And he trucks the catcher, Ray Fosse. Fosse's laid on the ground, injured, and it's an exhibition game. It's a game like, who cares? Pete Rose cared. 10 years later, the my Royals were playing the Philadelphia Phillies in the 1980 World Series, and it was Game 6. The Royals were trailing 4-1 late in the game. But they got the bases loaded, and Frank White at the plate. He popped up a ball over toward the first base line, near the first base dugout, and Bob Boone ran over there. He got there, but the ball popped out of his mitt. And I thought, wow, we got another chance. But there was Pete Rose, who snagged the ball out of the air before it hit the ground. Willie Wilson struck out in the next at bat, and the Phillies won the 1980 World Championship. Pete Rose is among the most controversial figures in baseball history. There's no denying that. But his will to win and his all-out hustle, I loved it. And I loved even the way he ran out his base on balls. He would run to first base with full tilt. Vince Scully used to say, there's Pete Rose beating out another walk. Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 2 of the 1970s tournament. This is the 1975 Cincinnati Reds and the 1973 New York Mets. The Mets are down 0-1. They need to win today in order to stay in this tournament. They're pinning their hopes on one of their top 10 pitchers of all time, John Matlack. And Cincinnati pitching for the Reds is Gary Nolan. Nolan is a B-Z pitcher. Matlack is a grade B X pitcher. All right, we're ready to begin, and Pete Rose steps into the box. We're going to use the blue and orange dice as we are at Shea Stadium. Colors of the Mets, we'll read the blue dice first. Here's the first pitch of the game to Peter Edward Rose. And Rose hits the ball on the ground to second base, picked up by Felix Millan. The throw to first, there is one out. We are using basic Apba, and New York is feeling column 2. Cincinnati is feeling column 1. Here is Joe Morgan. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Rusty Staub. 2 up and 2 down for Matlack and the Mets. Here is Ken Griffey Sr. 53 is a 17. It's going to be a base hit to right field. And that makes Ken Griffey 2 for 4 for the tournament. Johnny Bench. We're using master grades for stealing. See if I can improve the lighting here. Hold on just a second. Here's a pitch to Johnny Bench. 44 is a 7. That's a single to right field. And Griffey will go all the way to third. Reds are threatening in the first. Men on the corners. And that brings up Tony Perez, one of the Big Red Machine's RBI leaders, 109 RBIs in 1975, one behind Johnny Bench. We have 110. 2 outs. Matlack's Mets will play the infield back. Here's the pitch to Tony Perez. 53 is a 20, and that is going to be an error on the second baseman, Felix Millan. Reds score 1 and go up 1-0. If my dice jump out of the tray, I still count them unless they roll off the table. And that's the reason why I use bigger dice. They're less likely to roll off the table. And the reason why I have my table up against the wall. Here is George Foster, been on first and second for Cincinnati. 41 is a 24. A ground ball to Millan, and he makes the play this time, 4-3. That ends the first. Cincinnati 1 and New York 0. All right, Gary Nolan is on the mound for the Reds. He was 15-9 in 1975 with a 3.16 earned run average. Felix Millan steps into the box. Here's the first pitch to the Mets. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field, 1 away. Here's Rusty Staub, very popular player in Montreal, and probably popular as well with the Mets. Here's the pitch to Staub. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll for Rusty Staub. And 42 is a double for Le Grande Orange. Le Grande Orange. Second double in the tournament for Rusty Staub. He is 2 for 5. Scoring position for John Milner. All right, John Milner for the Mets in 1973 was hitting the 320s through the first month, but on April 25th, he injured his hamstring, and that plagued him pretty much the rest of the year. Still hit 23 homers. Here's the pitch to John Milner with the runner in scoring position. 43 is a 29, fielding column 1. Ground out to first base, pitcher covering. Staub goes to third. That's 2 Mets out. And it's going to be up to Wayne Garrett to get the run home. Infield back with 2 outs. Pitch from Nolan to Wayne Garrett, 56, is a pop fly ball into the air. First baseman Tony Perez makes the catch. That puts down the Mets in the first. They don't score. We go to the top of the second. Cincinnati 1, New York 0. In the top of the second inning, it'll be Geronimo Concepcion and pitcher Don Gullett, or pitcher Gary Nolan. Gullett pitched yesterday. Here's the pitch to Geronimo. 22 is going to be a leadoff single for Cesar Geronimo, and he is 3 for 5 in the tournament. He has a home run as well. Dave Concepcion. Geronimo is fast. E28. The E means he'll have to wait till there's 2 outs, till after the 6th inning before he can steal. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. 54 is a 30 fly ball to right field. He's out. 1 away. Pitcher Gary Nolan. .56 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, and here is Pete Rose, who plays every game like it's the 7th game of the World Series. Pitch to Pete Rose. 1-3 is a walk. Rose slings away the bat and runs full speed to first base. 2 on, 2 out. Here is very valuable Joe Morgan, 17 homers, 327 average in 1975. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 56 is a base on balls. That will load him. Bases are loaded for Ken Griffey, 305 in 1975. Reds could break the game open right here. Here's the pitch to Ken Griffey. 1-6 is a 28. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Bud Harrelson's got it. Throws the first. 3 outs. And the Mets keep the Reds off the board in the bases loaded situation. We go to the bottom of the second. Cincinnati 1 and New York nothing. Gary Nolan completes his warm-up tosses for the bottom of the second inning. He had some great seasons for Cincinnati Reds. He had 5 years where he won in double figures. His best year was 1972 when he had a sub 2.0 ERA at 1.99. He's got Cleon Jones, Jerry Grote, and Bud Harrelson here in the second inning. 45 is going to be a base on balls to Cleon Jones. Average speed at first. F20 stealing. He won't be a threat to steal. Here's the catcher, Jerry Grote. Pitch to Grote. 22 is going to be a base hit for Jerry Grote. That's a single, solidly hit the right field. And Jones goes to third. Men on the corners for New York with nobody out. Here's Buddy Harrelson. Mets looking to score their first run today. They were almost shut out yesterday. They scored 2 runs in the ninth yesterday to keep from being shut out. First and third. Infield's playing back. Here's the pitch to Bud Harrelson. 1-6 is a 28. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And the runner on third, Jones, scores. No RBI assigned to Harrelson, but the game is tied 1-1. Jim Gosker is next up for New York. Here's the pitch to Gosker. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the top of the third. Cincinnati 1 and New York 1. All right, Johnny Bench will lead off for the Reds in the top of the third. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field, and that is caught by Cleon Jones. 1 down. Bench is 1 for 2 today. Here is Tony Perez. .14 is another fly ball to left, 2 outs. George Foster. 43 is a roller back to Matlock, so it's an easy inning for John Matlock in the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning, 1-1. All right, pitcher John Matlock leads off the bottom of the third. Here's a pitch from Gary Nolan. 32 is a 26. Ground ball to second base. Joe Morgan has it, throws the first. 1 away. Felix the Cat Leon. Fast runner if he can get on base. 51 is an 8 against a B. That's a fly ball to center field. Caught by Cesar Geronimo. 2 outs. And now Rusty Staub. Staub has 2 doubles in the series. Doubled in the first inning. Here's a pitch to Rusty. 31 is a single for Rusty Staub. Line drive over the head of the shortstop, Davey Concepcion. Staub is a average speed runner at first with 2 outs. John Milner. 26 is a swing and a miss, strike 3 for John Milner. We go to the fourth. Reds 1, Mets 1. It's the bottom of the order for the Cincinnati Reds here in the top of the fourth. Apologize for hitting the camera. The Mets came into the tournament number 12 seed. So they drew the number 1 seed, the Cincinnati Reds. Here's a pitch to Cesar Geronimo. 1-5 is a single for Cesar Geronimo. He led off the second inning with a base hit. Didn't get the score that inning, but he's on first. Nobody out. Fast runner. E28 stealing. Davey Concepcion. I sure showed the pairings in the introduction, the last 10 seconds of the introduction. And so if you hit pause, you can take a look at that and see where all the teams are seated and when they play. We'll play each series consecutively, and then we move to the next series after someone loses 2 out of 3. Here's the pitch to Davy Concepcion. 52 is a 27. Fielding column 2, that's going to be a X. Matlack's got an X, so that's a strikeout for Davy Concepcion. He goes back to the dugout, and here's the pitcher, Gary Nolan. Nolan's got a 7 and some 14s on his card. Not much chance. There is a 9. He'll swing away. 22 is an 8, but that's going to be an out against the B pitcher. Ground ball to third base. Here's the throw to first from Wayne Garrett, and Geronimo goes to second. Pitcher's out 5-3, 2 outs. Pete Rose has a chance to put the Reds back on top with a hit here. 317 hitter in 1975. Rose is crouching down from the right side of the plate. Here's the pitch to Pete Rose. 1-6 is a 8. And that is a ground ball to the pitcher. That'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cincinnati 1 and New York 1. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Mets have 4 hits, a walk, and an error. They've not been able to string a lot together. They've got only 1 run. Wayne Garrett will lead off for the bottom of the 4th for the Mets. 1-5 is a 8. It's a fly ball to center field. Cesar Geronimo is under it and makes the catch. Here's Cleon Jones. 64 is a strikeout. Jones is 1 for 3. Catcher Jerry Grody. 1-3 is a 36. Ball 1. 1-5 is a fly ball to Geronimo. He makes the catch. We go to the 5th. Reds 1, Mets 1. For the 5th inning, John Matlack will have to deal with the meat of the Cincinnati order. Joe Morgan, Ken Griffey, and Johnny Bench. If anybody gets on, Tony Perez. Here's a pitch to Joe Morgan. 1-6 is going to be a 28. Ground ball to shortstop, 6-3. Ken Griffey. Griffey is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and scored the Reds' only run. 53 is a 17. That's going to be a base hit to right field. Griffey's on. He's fast. E27 stealing. Can't try to steal until there's 2 outs in this inning. Here's Johnny Bench. 46 is a swing and miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Tony Perez. Matlack's move to first is +2, and Grody is good behind the plate. His throwing is +4, so it's 6 off. The steal rating. So E21. Chances to be safe would be 11-43. With 2 outs, he's going to go ahead and try. Here's the throw. 35. He is safe. He's beat it out. Griffey steals second, and he's in scoring position. Matlack goes into the stretch. Here's the pitch to Tony Perez. 62 is a 41. All right. The result is runner goes home on a wild throw by the catcher. So since we're doing master rules, we may try to go ahead and steal third. That'll be different though. because you take 5, Master Rose, you take 5 off for stealing third. And 2 off if there's a left-handed batter. The Perez is right-handed, so his chance to steal third is going to be 11 through 34. Not half bad. It's 50% chance to steal third, and with 2 outs, there's no reason to, so he's not stealing third. All right, so we're going to ignore that result since we're doing master stealing. Here's a pitch to Perez. 44 is a 7. That's a single to right field that will score Griffey and put the Reds back up on top. 2-1. Perez is slow. We'll play it safe with all slow runners unless I say otherwise. George Foster's the batter. 31 is a 9. That's a single. 3 hits in the inning for Cincinnati, first and second with 2 outs. Cesar Geronimo. .63 is a fly out to the center fielder. But the Reds score once. They lead 2-1. All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Bud Harrelson will lead off against Gary Nolan. Bud Harrelson provided quite one of the outstanding memories in the 1970s when he was slid into by Pete Rose in the 1973 NL Championship Series. Rose later said that he didn't think that brawl would have happened if Wayne Garrett had not come running down from third base. Here's the pitch to Bud Harrelson. 63 is a fly ball to center field. 1 away. 25 is a 9. That's going to be a base hit for Gosger. Average speed at first. John Matlack. He will bunt. 35 is a 36. That pitch gets away from Johnny Bitch, and the runner will go to second on the pass ball. You take the bunt off. 43 is a 29. That would be a ground out to first base. Flips to the pitcher. And Gosger goes to third, but there's 2 outs. Top of the order, and Felix Mion, a 290 hitter in 1973. Chance to tie it up. Here's the pitch to Jim Gosger, Felix the Cat Mion. 35 is a 9. That's going to be a single to the shortstop. Runner scores, and Mion's going to try to extend it into a double to throw to second. He is out. Thrown out by left fielder George Foster. But Gosger scores the tying run, and it's 2-2. We go to the top of the 6th. Reds 2, Mets 2. All right, John Matlack will have Davey Concepcion, the pitcher, and Pete Rose. Here's the pitch to Concepcion. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Cleon Jones is under it and makes the catch. Pitcher Gary Nolan. 16 is a hit on the ground to the left side, fielded by Bud Harrelson. Throw to first. 2 outs. Pete Rose. Rose is 0 for 2 today. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. Here's a pitch to Rose. Not a leaner. Yeah, it is now. I'm going to do that again. 21 is fly ball to center field. 3 up, 3 down for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 tie. All right, Rusty Staub is set to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning for the New York Mets. He was born on April Fool's Day, 1944, and that's where he picked up his nickname. One of the nurses saw the red fuzz on his head and started calling him Rusty. People don't know him as Daniel Staub. He's Rusty Staub. 25 is a 8, fly ball to center field. Staub is 2 for 3, doubled and single, and now fly out the center and 1 out. Here's John Milner. 1-2 is a 25. Ground out to second base, or X. He didn't have the X, so that's a roller to Joe Morgan is second. 2 outs. Wayne Garrett. 26 is a roller back to the pitcher. Gary Nolan's got it. Throws to Tony Perez at first. Mets are down in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. 2-2 tie. Tight ball game today in Flushing, New York. John Matlack is ready to pitch to 30 batters. He's 2 away here in the 7th inning, so his point of fatigue will come up in a couple batters. 3 bad things happen to him. His letter grade goes down by 1 level. Here's Joe Morgan hitting for the Reds. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Tim Griffey. 31 is a base hit for Griffey. That's the first mark against Matlack. He is the 30th batter. So 2 more, his grade goes down. Johnny Bench. Griffey is a E27 stealing. Modifications, he's E21, 11 through 43. There he goes. There's the throw. 11. He is safe. And that 1-1 roll means that the ball rolls into center field. Griffey will get up and go to third. On the air by the catcher, Jerry Grody. That changes the game here. The Mets will play their infield in. Runner on third. There's the pitch to Johnny Bench. 1-4 is a 30. That's a fly ball to left field, and the runner will tag up and score. Sacrifice fly by Johnny Bench. Reds go up 3-2 in the 7th. 2 outs. Here's Tony Perez. 31 is a single by Perez. Second bad thing to happen to Matlack. He'll stay in there, though. Here's George Foster. .24 is a swing and miss, strike 3. 3 outs. But the Reds regain a lead in the 7th, 3-2. All right, the Mets come up in the bottom of the 7th. They're down by a run. Not many people are giving them a chance against the powerful 75 Reds, but they played a credible World Series in 1973 against the powerful Oakland A's ball club. Here is Cleon Jones to face Gary Nolan. Gary Nolan does not have batter's number face on his card, so his fatigue inning is the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Cleon Jones. 42 is a ground ball to third base. 1 out. Jerry Grody, who committed an error that let that unearned run score in the last half inning, comes up. .25 is a fly ball to center field. 2 outs. And now Bud Harrelson. .45 is a walk. Buddy Harrelson is fast. Stealing's not great, though. I have 17 against Bench. He's not going to try it. Here's Jim Gosker. Oscar is 1 for 2, singled and struck out and scored a run. 23 is a ground ball to the pitcher, or Y. Nolan doesn't have a Y, so it's a ground out to the pitcher. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th. 3-2 Reds. Reds in the 8th have Geronimo, Concepcion, and the pitcher scheduled to hit. We'll see if the pitcher hits. Might depend on what the first 2 batters do. Here's the pitch to Cesar Geronimo. 3-3 roll. That's going to be a hit column roll for the Red center fielder Geronimo. And 26 is a leadoff double for Cesar Geronimo. He is 3 for 4 on the day. Yesterday he was 2 for 4 with a homer and a double yesterday. Here is Davy Concepcion. Concepcion will square around and try to sacrifice him to third. 63 is a 31. And that is a successful sacrifice fielded by the third baseman. Geronimo goes to third with 1 out. Timeout. By the way, with that double, Metlick is now a C pitcher. He's due to hit first in the next inning. 1 down. Cincinnati's going to send up a pitch hitter for Gary Nolan. That's Doug Flynn. And let's see what Mets are going to do. All right, Yogi Berra is going to make a change. He's going to bring in Harry Parker, grade B pitcher, Y modifier. He'll be grade A using his relief rating, which is the one in the parenthesis. He'll be grade A pitching to Doug Flynn. 1 down, man on third, infield in. Here's the pitch to Doug Flynn. 52 is a 27. Ground ball to third base. And Garrett will throw to first. Runner holds. 2 outs. Infield goes back. Here is Felix Millan. Infield normal depth. 1-2 is a 25. That's a line drive to the third baseman, Wayne Garrett. That closes out the inning. Mets don't score. We go to the, or Reds don't score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati 3 and the Mets 2. All right, the Mets will send up a pitch hitter for the pitcher. He is Jim Beauchamp. And the Reds will have Will McEnany on the mound, assuming the pitching duties for the Cincinnati Reds. McEnany is a grade A pitcher, Y, Z modifiers. Here's the pitch to Jim Beauchamp. The Mets are down by a penny. 26 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Beauchamp will grab some bench. 1 down. Here is Rusty. Here's not Rusty Staub. It should be Felix Millan is the batter. 46 is a ground ball back to McEnany. Throw to first. 2 outs. Mets are down to the 4 last opportunities. Here is Rusty Staub. 1-2 is a 25. That's a ground out to second. Joe Morgan throws to first. 3 away. We go to the top of the 9th. The final frame, Cincinnati Reds 3 and Mets 2. Joe Morgan will lead off for the Reds. He is 0 for 3 today. Yesterday he was 2 for 4. There's the pitch to Joe Morgan. 56 is a walk. Fast runner at first. That brings up Griffey. Morgan's a 33 stealing, so McGraw's move to first is 0. Grody is a -4, I believe it was. And so that makes that makes Morgan safe. 11 through 55. He's going to try to steal. Here's the throw from Jerry Grody. 66. He is out. Jerry Grody makes up for the throwing error earlier on a stolen base attempt. Throws out Joe Morgan. 2-6. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Griffey. 45 is going to be a walk. Johnny Bench. 53 is an 18. It's going to be a error on the shortstop Bud Harrelson, first and second. Reds have 2 on. They could have had the bases loaded if I was a little more patient. Here is Tony Perez. 21 is a 32. Fly out to right field. Caught by Rusty Stubb. 2 down. And now George Foster with the last opportunity for the Reds to increase their totals. 56 is not going to get it done. 34 is a pop out to third base. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Reds have their 3 last shots at staying in this tournament. All right, Will McEnany goes back out on the mound. He will try to finish this game. He's got 2 left-handers coming up. And I think that we're not playing left-rights Merino boards, but I think this is how the Reds would do it. They would leave McEnany in to fit at least to the first 2 batters who are left-handed. Here's a pitch to John Milner. 56 is a pop-out to shortstop or Y. McEnany has a Y, so that's a strikeout. 1 down. All important first out in an inning. Here is Wayne Garrett. .31 is a walk. Wayne Garrett takes first, represents a tying run, and he is fast. E22 stealing, I don't think I'm going to try it. Here's Cleon Jones. Wants to get the ball in the air. Timeout. All right, Sparky Anderson will go get Raleigh Eastwick. He is a right-handed reliever, XZ modifier. He'll be grade A, pitching to Cleon Jones, the first batter only. 22 saves in 1975 for Raleigh Eastwick. Here's the pitch to Jones. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground ball. Or X. He's got the X, so that's a strikeout. 2 outs. Jerry Grody, Mets catcher, can make up for that throwing error, which led to the last Cincinnati run and the difference in the game. He only had 1 home run in 1973. 256 hitter. Here's the pitch from Raleigh Eastwick to a highly motivated Jerry Grody. 1-5 is a 8 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a fly ball. No, it's going to be a ground out. Ground out to third base. And that will end it for the Mets and the ball game. The final score, the Cincinnati Reds 3, New York Mets 2. We'll be back with the wrap-up. All right, the Cincinnati Reds are winners of the first series of the 1970s double elimination tournament. That's per series. And they take out the 1973 Mets 2-0. Reds had 3 runs on 10 hits and no errors. And the Mets had 2 runs on 5 hits, and they committed 3 costly errors, that last one especially. The winning pitcher was Gary Nolan, and the loser was the starter, John Matlack, was the loser. But he pitched well, 7 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs allowed. Nolan was 7 innings with 2 earned runs allowed. Tomorrow we'll start our next series. That is the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates, seeded 6th in the tournament. And they will go to Los Angeles to play the 1978 Dodgers, seeded 7th in the tournament. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. And hit the like button. And comments are always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.